Beric Dondarrion was a dashing young lightning bolt, as naive as any, when he entered the hand's tourney seeking its prize money. Lack of experience is often the reason attributed to Beric's defeats. Perhaps that's what led to his horse being taken out of the contest preceding a tilt with a hedge knight, and maybe reveals his ensuing loss to the infamous fire priest Thoros of Myr. After the joust, Dondarrion was summoned by the king's hand, Ned Stark. He'd be ordered to assemble a band of armed men with the intention of arresting Gregor Clegane.
I charge you to bring the king's justice to the false knight Gregor Clegane and all those who shared in his crimes. I denounce him and attaint him. I strip him of all ranks and titles, of all lands and holdings, and sentence him to death.
Numerous of Riverrun's inhabitants traveled to the capital, showing their disapproval towards the mountain's recent, guessable sins.
They burned most everything in the Riverlands. Our fields, our granaries, our homes. They took our women, then they took them again. When they was done, they butchered them as if they was animals. They covered our children in pitch and lit them on fire.
Instead of bringing a false knight to justice, Beric's party was ambushed and slaughtered at the Battle of the Mummers Ford. Gregor Clegane drove his lance through Dondarrion's chest, killing him in the process. Although it may be hard to believe at first, the Lightning Lord was indeed resurrected by his prior adversary and humiliator, Thoros of Myr. The two newly founded companions, alongside possible survivors, created a gang of outlaws known as the Brotherhood Without Banners. When red-cloaked foraging parties are continually discovered massacred, Tywin Lannister suspects Beric and Thoros to be the perpetrators, advising caution towards his troops stationed in Harrenhal.
This is no common assassin.
We hanged 20 men last night.
I don't care if you hanged 100. Man tried to kill me. I want his name and I want his head.
We think it was an infiltrator from the Brotherhood Without Banners.
Pretentious name for a band of outlaws. We can't allow rebels behind our lines to harass us with impunity. We look like fools and they look like heroes. That's how kings fall. I want them dead, every one.
Eventually, Arya Stark Gendry
You're going to arrange to pay us more than Queen's service.
and Sandor Clegane are imprisoned by the outlaws. In a storm of swords, when Dondarrion is presented at the Hound's trial,
You think carrying a crooked spear makes you a soldier? No?
Fighting in a war makes you a soldier.
Beric Dondarrion. You've seen better days.
And I won't see them again.
our Lord is physically chronicled as a scarecrow, his body outlining each death he's faced. A vacant pit has replaced a missing eye. Beric's head is shattered with his temple carved in. A black ring encompasses Dondarrion's neck, possibly from a hanging. The Brotherhood repeatedly mistake the Hound for his sibling, proceeding non-stop, truthful denials of his alleged crimes.
I never touched the Targaryen babes. I never saw them. Never smelled them. Never heard them bawling. You want to cut my throat? Get on with it. But don't call me murderer and pretend that you're not.
Sandor is finally levied blame for Micah's killing.
You murdered Micah, the butcher's boy, my friend. He was 12 years old. He was unarmed, and you rode him down. You slung him over your horse like he was some deer.
Aye, he was a bleeder.
The Hound attempts to shift the charge on Joffrey Baratheon, debating that he was merely the executor and not the judge.
You don't deny killing this boy.
I was Joffrey's sworn shield. The boy attacked the prince.
That's a lie. I hit Joffrey. Micah just ran away.
Then I should have killed you. Not my place to question princes.
However, Beric and Thoros aren't convinced about Sandor's innocence, deciding to object him to a trial by combat, with Dondarrion representing Arya.
I sentence you to trial by combat.
So, who will it be? Should we find out if your fire god really loves you, priest? Or you, archer? Or you worse with a sword in your hand? Or is the little girl the bravest one here?
Aye? She might be. But it's me you'll fight.
Within the hollow hill, numerous torches plague the sides of the cave, a giant pit of flame is lit in the middle, and Beric, with the help of Thoros, cuts his hand, illuminating a glowing sword. All of this was intentionally set up to give Dondarrion the upper hand against the Hound, considering his well-known phobia of fire.
No fire!
Beric may have put up a good fight, however, even with the considerable level of advantages he toted, Sandor emerged the victor, dividing his rival's weapon into two. All things considered, it his one boss round, I feel satisfied placing Beric in Tier B's lower zone, presumably to the distaste of many viewers. But don't fret, several respectable warriors, who are amazing in their own style, make up this portion of the grading, including one-handed Jaime Lannister,
Nice move.
Luck.
and Quotho. So don't commit the mistake of thinking I believe Dondarrion to be an inadequate fighter, because he isn't.